Hello, second graders. Welcome to your writing lesson for today. Let's see if we are all ready for writing. Do we have a pencil? Big one like this, maybe. Do you have a writing packet? Here's mine, my writing packet. Do you have a writing surface? So kind of a flat area where you're going to do your writing. All right, then you're ready to go. Let's see. We want to pay attention to lines, margin lines, baseline, dotted lines. We want to pay attention to our spacing, comfortably close, not too close, not too far apart. And we want to protect our paper from elephants. So we always want to have one hand on our paper. For me, because I write with my right hand, I like to have my left hand on the paper as I'm doing some writing. If you write with your left hand, it would be the opposite, and you would have your right hand holding the paper. And our goal, again, is to carefully form letters, to write neatly and carefully. So for today, the letter we are going to start with is the letter Z. It says Z. All right, so let's go ahead and start on the dotted line. And again, my paper, I'm kind of using this bigger paper just to show you, doesn't really have a dotted line. That would be this line here. So I'm going to start on the dotted line. And I do have my hand here, you can't really see it, and I'm going to pull a straight line across on the dotted line for about one space in the direction we read and write. And then, without lifting my pencil, I'm going to make a slanted line down to the left to just below where we started. So just below where that top part of the Z is. If I were to pick up my pencil, it kind of looks like a number 7, doesn't it? Okay, but I'm not going to lift up my pencil. And then on the baseline, I'm going to pull a straight line for one space to the right. And I'm going to stop right underneath here. So if I were to do like a little dotted line here, it would be stopping right underneath there. I'm going to leave a finger space. I'm going to try again. Zzz. We like to make the sound of the phonogram after we make our letter. Zzz. Whoops. Try again. Persevere. Keep going. One letter at a time. Okay. So on my big paper, I don't really have enough space to do 10 of these, and there's my little margin line. But on your paper, because it's quite a bit smaller, you should have some space to do your letter Z. And then when we are finished, again, we're going to circle our best one. I think this one looks pretty good. Z. Nice job, Miss Taylor. All right. Then the next letter that we have is the letter M. It says M. All right, so we are going to start on the dotted line. Here's my dotted line. And I'm going to pull a straight line down to the baseline. Without lifting my pencil, I'm going to go back up the same line, touching the dotted line. I'm going to curve, and then I'm going to pull a straight line down to the baseline. Then I'm going to make 2 of these. So kind of just another bump back up. So again, we're starting on the dotted line, pull a straight line down. I'm going to go back up that same line, touch the dotted line down, and one more. All right. So again, starting on that dotted line, pull a straight line down, then we're going to curve up and down, up and down. And there is our letter M, our letter M. M. A minute space for one more. All right. So I think this one's probably my best one. All right. And the next letter we have is half of the letter M. It's the letter N. It's only half, see? So really, we've already done the N. Maybe we should have done the N first, because the N is just half of the letter M, isn't it? So we start on the dotted line, pull a straight line down to the baseline without lifting my pencil. I go back up the same line, touch the dotted line and round down, pull a straight line down, stop and lift my pencil and say N. All right, so straight line down and up, straight line down, curve up and around, All right, so it looks kind of like that. Paying attention to our baseline and the dotted line. All right, and then we're going to circle our best one after we try. And again, your goal on your paper is to make 10 of these. I don't really have enough space on this bigger paper, but I think this one looks pretty good. You're going to circle your best one. All right, and the last one we're going to do for today is R. It's the letter R. It says R. All right, so with this one, we're going to start on the dotted line, pull a straight line down without lifting my pencil. I'm going to go back up the same line, touch the dotted line. I'm going to round to from regular 10 to regular 2, excuse me. I'm going to stop and lift my pencil and say R. Here we go. R. So it's almost like we're trying to make an N, but then we stop. R. So it's like, should I make an N or just an R? R. All right, so we're going to make some beautiful R. R. All right, and when we do 10 of those, we're going to circle our best one. Which one do I like? I think I like this one. It's really nice and straight like the margin line. If you're wondering, well, Miss Taylor, how do we tell if it's straight? Well, we're trying to be straight, kind of like this margin line here, and then a nice curve, a nice rounded curve. There we go. Give myself a little star. Alrighty. So when you do your paper, your goal is to do 10 of these, and then you have another line from our poem. So here is your homework for today. You are going to do the letter Z 10 times, M 10 times, N 10 times, R 10 times, and then you're going to write really carefully underneath, you would have your learning, if you would have your learning stay. And that is part of our poem, isn't it? That we have been practicing a little bit. Persevere by unknown. The fisher who draws in his net too soon won't have any fish to sell. The child who shuts up the book too soon won't learn any lessons well. If you would have your learning stay, be patient. Don't learn too fast. The man who travels a mile each day may go round the world at last. So if we do hard things just a little bit at a time, we will accomplish great things in our life, right? All right, so there's our poem. Once again, we want to make sure to get all of our points for writing. So let me quickly show you how you can get all your points. Here's our little, where is it? There it is. Our little rubric for handwriting. 5 points. Everything is neat and complete. Mostly neat. 4 points. And some letters are neat. 3 points. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me for our writing lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye.